Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. In that melee coming to the finish line, a car, Larson's, was turned up into the catch fencing. Parts of that car did pierce the catch fencing.
By the time my spotter said, lift or go low, I think he said it was too late, and I was in the wreck, and then looked like I could see the ground or something like that, and then had some flames come in the cockpit, but luckily I was all right.
We'll hope everybody's okay.
Hands down, it was the most terrifying moment of the Daytona weekend. Seeing Kyle Larson's car launch into the catch fence, the car disintegrate, the front end gone, the engine, of course, closer to the fans than it actually was the car. But one of the best moments of the weekend was seeing the Nationwide Series rookie climb out of what was left of his number 32. So Kyle Larson, when I say it's good to see you, we really, really mean it. What do you remember, though, between turn 4 of that last lap and when you climbed out of the car?
Yeah, I remember everything. I was getting pushed by Dale Jr. and really had nowhere to go. I was right behind Sam Hornish Jr. and I knew I wasn't going to win the race. And my spotter had said they were wrecking in front of me and to go low. And by the time I had any time to react, I was in the wreck. And I knew I got turned into the wall and got hit a couple times, but had no idea I'd gotten into the catch fence until I got out of the car and saw half of my car sitting there with no engine and no front tires. So I knew I'd gotten into the catch fence, and was just hoping no fans got hurt, because I've seen those wrecks happen before, and I've seen lots of debris go in the stands. So it was just praying that nobody got hurt.
Looking back, it was certainly an eventful speed weeks for you. It started with the battle at the beach, which you did draw a little bit of criticism when you spun C.E. Falk to go on to get the win. Turns out that's kind of what you needed to do on those races. Then, of course, there was the big wreck. How ready are you to move on to Phoenix?
I'm ready. It was a long speed weeks, but a fun one. It started out really good with me winning the ARCA, not winning the ARCA race, but finishing second in the ARCA race, and then going to New Smyrna the next day in the USAC midget and picking up the win, and then in the late model race, it was definitely an exciting race, and I got into C.E. Falk there, which probably was the wrong decision now looking back, and then had the modified race and the K&N race the next day, and then the nationwide race on Saturday, which was a lot of fun, and then the wreck happened, and so it was a pretty eventful Daytona, one I'll never forget, and hopefully I'll never have a wreck like that again there.
There are certainly a lot of eyes on you, courtesy of guys like Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, who said something similar to, I think he said, "I'll bet all that I own on the fact that Kyle Larson will be a superstar in this sport." Yet you are just a rookie in the Nationwide Series. Daytona was your debut. So what would you like for us and the fans to expect of you as this season progresses?
Well, I know it's going to be a tough season in Nationwide, and I'd like to run up front and win a race or two, and I think I'll get better as the year goes on. So hopefully I can just be somewhere in the points hunt at the end of the season, and I think people will respect that, and I'll be pretty satisfied if I can accomplish that kind of stuff.
So next up, Phoenix. Besides the Nationwide Series race, what else are you doing?
I'm going to Friday night. There's a midget race at Canyon Speedway on dirt, so I'll be there racing for Keith Coons, who I've been running for the past couple of years, and I don't think I'll have enough time to get there on Saturday, so we'll just be running Friday night at Canyon, and then the Nationwide race on Saturday.
And that race will be a far different animal than the Daytona race. What are you expecting?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different race. I ran the truck race there last year at the end of the season, and almost came away with my first win in a truck, and got beat by Brian Scott on a late restart. So I know I'm pretty good there, so I'm looking forward to going back. I'll be in the same car Casey Kane drove at the end of the season there, and he was really fast too. So I'm excited, and I think we'll have a good shot at running up front.
Kyle, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, thanks a lot.